troviamo qualche indizio.
Tanto qua parte sempre una musica inquietante.
Ah, è
So there
bellissimo.
are two
Ma è
families
bella.
living in
Quello
Tangle
sì.
Tower?
3 pointers and 5 fellows.
Lei è proprio pensierosa.
What's the connection between them?
There isn't one. Not really. It was all built by the Remington family. Flora is a Remington, originally. So was Primrose, my mother. She
sì.
married into the Pointers, and Flora married into the Fellows.
So the fellows and the pointers own the house now?
Flora owns the house. Depending on who you ask. That means her husband Felix owns it too.
What about your father?
His claim over the house kind of fell apart after my mother left.
Where's your mother now?
No idea.
Sì, comunque dicevo, in effetti anche guardando l'albero genealogico sono un po' il centro, i Remington.
Esatto. Quindi Primrose era una dei fratelli e ce n'era un altro.
About Freya's knife wound.
Hit me.
From what we could tell, the blade went in at an exact right angle, perpendicular to Freya's body. And there's only one small pool of blood. Nothing on Freya's hands, or anywhere else. The whole thing is just a little too peaceful.
Pulita.
Troppo perfetto.
Esatto.
What do you make of the statue?
Vediamo un po' se sai qualcosa
It's
te.
the only harp in the whole of Tangle Tower.
Ah,
I've never actually seen a real.
neanche
It's
quello.
from before your time.
Oh, definitely. See how old this statue is?
Tutti
What
che lo
about the
dicono.
symbols? One of
Dai,
them
per
looks
favore,
like
che
piano
ci
keys.
sia di utile.
Yeah. Weird.
Molto.
Non sappiamo ancora come usare questa statua.
Don't you think that's weird? That the letter isn't addressed to anyone or signed by anyone?
Someone's being deliberately
già.
secretive.
Or they're trying to manipulate you? When I first saw it, I
Lei intanto ha
felt like
tante cose
it was
utili da
a
dire.
knife with blood on the tip.
You don't think that anymore?
No, it was a stupid thing to say. The room was dark. I wasn't
Era pure
shocked.
buia la
I'm
stanza.
just an idiot.
But it was blood on the tip. If you hadn't said anything, maybe Fifi wouldn't have checked.
A quanto pare lo stavano
Exactly.
facendo
It's
verso
stupid.
sera.
But we would have missed out on an important clue.
Is it a clue? Really? Tell me how it's a clue. Tell me how it helps. Nothing about the knife makes any sense. It's just freaking everyone out. Wish I'd never said anything.
Proprio
Quindi è
stato di agitazione.
partito tutto da lei.
It was my mother's originally.
So why is it up in Flora's room?
She just gets the most use out of it. Freya would borrow it too sometimes.
Sì, no, quello l'avevamo già detto.
Ah, giusto, è vero.
Why is the glass cracked down on the
In
side?
effetti.
Natural wear
Come il
and tear,
grammofono.
maybe?
No
Hey.
way. Freya took good care of her
Oh,
stuff.
addirittura.
Did you find that in Fifi's room?
Questo è importante.
No. Should we have?
No, it's just... It looks like something she'd use, don't you think?
Abbiamo già mostrato.
Oh, you've been to the greenhouse? What did you think?
Impressive, I guess,
Sì.
but kind of unsettling with all sorts of
Cavolo, tutte le volte che dobbiamo parlargli.
He does that.
Basta.
Gli dà sta.
Is that supposed to be Flora?
Possibly.
Forse.
How nice.
Oh,
Almeno ha dato
è
belle
l'unica che ha
parole.
apprezzato il
E vediamo un po' invece questa statuina.
Whose paints are those?
They belong to Felix, I think.
Non ha detto nulla però. So come fossero.
diario
Is that
segreto.
Fifi's diary? I'm sure I've seen it in her room before.
That's where we found it.
È lì che
Have
noi
you
l'abbiamo
ever read it?
trovato.
Do you know what's written in there?
Nope. I'm sure she wouldn't appreciate me invading her privacy.
I thought you and Fifi were close friends.
Yeah, we are. It's just Fifi's gotten kinda impatient with me recently.
Do you know why?
I'm not sure.
I know.
I'm sure she'd tell you if you asked.
Oh, she would. She'd give it to me straight. Probably why I've been avoiding it.
Che senso?
Io penso di sapere benissimo perché
I think it's
Fifi
kinda
è
cool to keep
spazientita.
3 birds in one cage like that.
Does Penny not let them out to fly?
Oh, she does. She must do. but I don't think they're allowed to go far.
Cavolo, altrimenti si
Anyway,
perdono.
little protective.
Sai chi sembrano quei 3 uccelli?
Chi?
Poppy, Fifi e Freya.
Oh.
Dentro una gabbia. Tangle Tower. Non noti qualcosa?
Dopo dovrei anche domandargli di penny.
What about them?
It's nothing.
Eh?
They're just unusual.
No. Adesso sono gli unici petali rossi di rose rosse. Le
esatto.
uniche
Esatto.
rose rosse.
Insects around here. I've never seen one like that.
I'm
Proprio
not sure anyone
particolare.
has.
Freya might have. She used to keep beetles in a box in her room.
Why?
For fun, obviously.
Semplice divertimento.
How sweet.
Ah. E questo te lo tengo. Ok.
A lei non abbiamo chiesto
cavolo.
niente di nessuno.
Ok, partiamo con lei.
Sì.
Flashing in the light from a sunbeam.
Ho dimenticato questa cosa.
I shield my eyes and turn my head, but all at once I've been misled. Light is shining on the stage, but through the railings of a cage.
Vediamo un po' invece qua dal padre.
Eavesdrop what the stars are
Proprio
saying.
parla così con
Earthly
tutti?
tether, slowly
Sì.
fraying, floating helpless from the worst of jealous hunger, selfish thirst. Take a moment, kneel and meet the flowers growing at your feet.
Ok, non so di che cosa sta dicendo.
Brividi. No, sono delle
No.
riflessioni su...
Ok, vediamo un po' di se stessa cosa dice.
That's me.
Ah, ok, lei è il
List
classico.
of murder suspects. Always thought that would be kind of cool, but it's
Addirittura.
just tedious.
E immagino.
Falls a little short, doesn't it?
Ok, passiamo con Fizz.
Pizza.
Hawk Show la teniamo per ultima. E ora, ecco, come dicevo, inquietante. Sempre
Con gli
là.
occhi che si illuminano. Sembra un golem.
Qua ho un sacco di cose da mostrargli.
Ok, andiamo.
Ok, quick.
Nice painting. Gives you a pretty good idea of the layout.
The lake looks like it forms a perfect circle around the island.
It might seem strange to you, but nature is quite capable of producing perfectly geometric forms.
Addirittura.
And those mountain cliff things around the outside?
Quelli
We
non
don't
ci
know
fai mai
much about
caso.
them. They're unscalable. Not even
Addirittura.
Freya could have gone up there.
What's that?
This
What?
painting, it's speculative. There are no photographs from this angle as far as I know.
So Freya just made it up.
Let's call it an informed estimation.
Questo è particolare.
Who gave you that
What's
information?
Well,
We don't actually know who it was. We were contacted anonymously.
Ah, è vero, me l'ero
And what
dimenticato.
happens if the person who contacted you turns out to be the murderer?
Plot twist.
never thought about that.
Honestly, that would be kind of fun. Like a twist, you know?
Ecco, plot twist, come dicevo.
It's of no interest to me,
Ah.
but I overheard Poppy and Freya talking about it once.
What were they saying?
They were arguing about something, but I can't remember the details.
Chissà che prima o poi riusciamo finalmente a
Esatto.
scombinarla.
Ma
That
quello è
looks
uno
like it
dei...
might belong to Poppy.
Vabbè, non me ne...
È uno degli enigmi più grandi del gioco.
Sì, non me lo dire.
What do you think that is in Flora's hand?
I don't know. It does look like a knife.
Ok, non
Flora
sa
wasn't
neanche
holding
lui.
anything at all when I saw her after the murder. But there's something bothering me. Something else.
What?
When we went into Flora's room, she wasn't standing in this position.
Well, she probably would have moved around a little bit by then.
She wasn't standing at all.
Ok,
She was
questo
kneeling
sì
on the
che...
floor.
Ok, questo sì che è un dettaglio importante.
Zan zan
It's an
zan.
egg.
Dan dan dan.
It was locked, but we opened it. But it was empty.
Zan zan zan.
Fun
Ok,
story.
basta. Che dobbiamo concentrarci su quello che dice.
Paints are different to flowers.
I'd say so, yeah.
At any time, flowers can bloom with perfect, faultless colors. Red,
Blue, white.
with paint. Once you've tainted a color by mixing it with others, not even the most skilled painter can return it to its pure
Cavolo, il
form.
più grande dilemma di quando devi mischiare due colori.
Ed è per quello che non uso la pittura.
Ora vediamo un po' cosa ne pensa delle
It's
statuine.
quite sweet, really.
Ah! Lo dice anche lui.
Seconda persona.
Felix made that.
Ah. Lei è un po'
Freya's best
indeciso
work,
però.
in my opinion. Although the photo doesn't carry the same energy as the real thing.
Cosa?
What do you think
Mi
it's a painting
piace.
of?
What do you mean?
No,
Like,
aspetta.
what's the
L'originale.
Sì,
What's
era
that
quella
big red
enorme.
thing?
Noi
Ah,
abbiamo
ok.
preso la
Ah,
foto.
sì, è
I
la
think
foto.
it's that kind of painting.
Ok, pensavo un attimo si riferiva all'opera in generale e non alla foto.
It's
Cosa
Fifi
pensi
and
che ci
Freya.
sia una montagna rossa
Oh, chi lo sa.
nel nulla?
Maybe
Poteva essere un
she
twist.
doesn't really like crowds.
Two people isn't a crowd.
Right, but if she was in the photo, then it'd be 3.
Checkmate.
Vabbè.
Looks like someone doesn't want you to read that book.
That's the main thing making me want to.
Abbiamo già letto,
Esatto.
anzi c'è stato letto.
C'è
Poppy's
stato
piano
letto.
music. I remember when she started learning. She's improved a lot since then.
Oh,
Yeah, that's generally how it works.
eh sì.
Of course.
Ah, of course.
We found
Così
these up in the
detto.
rooftop garden. Do you know how long they've been there?
No, could have been a long time. We don't ever really clear up the rooftop garden.
Why not?
Nature is unruly. In truth, it prefers to be left alone.
Bella cosa.
Any
Ah,
idea who this is?
non lo so. No,
No idea.
ma da quanto la conosce?
No, lo
Penelope's
so
3
bene chi
favorite
è.
birds. She's very protective over them.
Are they like her pets? Do they have names?
Oh, they have names. Penelope loves to name things.
Do you remember what she named them?
I do not.
Ah,
Del
sembra
suo ragazzo.
Penelope knows about birds. You should ask her instead.
già fatto.
Actually, I wanted to ask you about something. There's a plant mentioned on this page, see?
Ah, no.
Ah sì, è vero.
Ah, cavolo, non l'ho
From
vista.
the greenhouse?
No, I don't grow that anymore. I've tried in the past. It's incredibly difficult, even for me. I could never get it to live more than a couple of weeks.
Proprio bella la ostinata.
Freya draw these?
Yeah. There's a note on the back, too.
She was even closer to Flora than I realized.
Niente.
Ok, ultima persona con cui parlare. E vediamo un po' se dice qualcosa di utile. Cavolo, qua c'è proprio...
Non abbiamo chiesto.
Solo questa cosa gli abbiamo mostrato. Il problema di non aver mostrato nulla nelle prime registrazioni.
Tangle Tower.
Tangle
No
Tower.
idea why they insist on calling it that. It's not even a tower.
Esatto.
A little more than a pair of turrets stuck on either side of a mansion.
Have you searched the whole place?
I believe so. Why?
He wants to know if you found any secret rooms.
Ah.
I'm afraid the residents of Tangle Tower are far too ordinary for anything like that.
Che senso
I was
ordinarie?
disappointed
Sa che
too.
era sarcasmo.
Immagino. Perché non lo sono per nulla.
You truly consider this a case file?
Ah, perché tu come ce l'hai?
No organization, no system.
That's my style. I like seeing everything laid out at once. Yeah, it helps me think.
How quaint.
Ah, vediamo un po'.
Have you deciphered the meaning of those
Non
four symbols?
ancora.
We're working on it.
That's a no then.
Esatto. Oh.
Where'd you dig that up?
It wasn't
Proprio a
buried. It
indovinare.
was underwater.
Someone trying to conceal evidence, perhaps? Conveniently left anonymous.
Cavolo.
It's useless until you can prove to whom it concerns.
Eh sì.
Can you do that?
No.
No.
No. No.
No.
Makes quite an impression, doesn't it? Although I can't imagine why she painted Flora
Ah,
wielding
lei invece
that.
ne è sicura.
You didn't see a knife anywhere in Flora's room, did you?
I did not.
Eh.
I conclude whatever stabbed Freya
La
must have been
piuma.
brought into the room from outside. Unless
Guarda.
it was the painting itself.
Ok.
Surely you don't believe in that kind of thing.
A
Ma poi ha detto
detective's
da lei.
job is to examine every avenue of
Ok, ma non è ancora arrivato il momento di uscire fuori dalla scatola. Citazione di Satane.
You got it open. I'm impressed. I managed it myself yesterday. I thought Flora might be hiding something in there.
It was empty yesterday, too.
It was. Perhaps it's always been empty.
Forse lei sapeva esattamente cosa c'era dentro.
A somewhat cumbersome device, and an altogether inefficient way to listen to
Sai,
music.
un tempo si
What
faceva
kind of
così.
music do you like, Hawkshaw?
Che suono era?
Anything.
What a cop-out.
Aspetta, forse l'avevo già sentito anche prima. Cos'era? L'esplosione del vetro?
Sì, un
Poi-
vetro rotto.
I believe
Forse
that
l'avevo
was
pure
in Flora's
citato
room yesterday,
nel secondo
but it was
video.
not cracked when I saw it
Ah.
last. Paints?
Yep.
Cioè,
Paints.
pittura. Ok.
The people here are surprisingly materialistic, considering how sheltered they are.
Guardate chi?
Growing this fruit simply
Il
because
fatto
it
che
produces
sono
a
su un'isola in
gemstone-like
mezzo a
material. For
montagne
what possible
scalabili.
purpose, other than financial
Instabili.
gain?
You're speculating.
What would you do, Grimoire, if you could grow valuable stone straight from
Oh
the earth?
cavolo, non so tutti i torti.
This is a potential murder.
Altre persone che dice che è un'arma del
I don't
delitto.
know. I don't think the murderer would leave the murder weapon just lying around.
I think you'd be surprised as to what people leave lying around.
Tutto quello che abbiamo trovato.
Tanto ha detto poter rimanere sorpreso.
Abbiamo trovato un bel po' di roba.
These figurines remind me of a case I once solved involving a possessed doll.
Cosa?
Turned out to be a bit of a smokescreen, as these
Ah.
things often do.
Your life sounds
Peccato.
fun. Grimoire, why don't we ever have fun adventures like that?
Quanti ne hanno fatti?
Not having a fun adventure right at this very moment?
I'd tell him not to quit his day job, but he hasn't got one, has he?
Dun, 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 dun.
I admit, it's powerful. Freya was a talented young woman.
Someone even liked it enough to take a photo of it.
Now, we don't know why they took the photograph, do we? Perhaps they just wanted it for reference. Diary.
Dai.
Not yet. It's locked.
And you haven't attempted to force it open?
That would be cheating.
That would be cheating.
Some breed of amphibious humanoid. Potentially bipedal. Although none of the statues show the creature's feet.
I guess we'll never know.
Come Diglett.
Is that a clue?
Dunno. It was important enough to be framed, though.
I framed my law degree, doesn't make it a clue.
Same? Yeah?
Aspetta, ma lui ce l'ha il diploma in legge?
Qualcosa mi dice di no.
One of
Forse l'ha
three
buttato da qualche
statues
parte.
depicting the same creature. This one is wearing headphones. Perhaps they belong to someone who likes music.
Non ho cuffie, sono per gli orecchi.
For blocking out sound.
L'esatto
Perhaps they
opposto.
belong to someone who doesn't like music.
Ecco, esatto. Ok, non so che modo di ragionare ha Hawk Show.
Do you also have a pile of leaves as a clue?
Ma non sono foglie.
Did you see some suspicious leaves?
Ma non... Ecco, proprio l'espressione giusta.
Foglie coperte di sangue.
Who's that?
Ah, neanche lei lo sa.
It doesn't really look like anyone we've met so far.
Strange.
Per allora è come non fosse successo nient'altro della scoperta.
3 birds, 1 cage. What makes them worth keeping cooped up, I wonder?
Se non per la claustrofobia.
Free.
But then they might fly away from Tangle Tower entirely.
I wonder if they would.
Visto?
Where did you find this?
Do
Chi lo sa?
you have any theories about where this might have been?
Or who might have had it?
I have several theories.
Ah, così
But they are
tante.
my theories, and I'm
Sono
not
le
going
mie
to share them.
teorie.
La mia storia.
Poi non
Tu
de-
ne fai parte.
100,
Ricordate che questa è la mia storia e voi non ne fate parte.
no doubt. What makes this one special?
It's about birds.
Yes, I see that.
Citazione da Kingdom Hearts 2.
Ci voglio la sua immagine mentre...
Sì, certo, la metto. Non mi ricordo, cavolo, però non mi ricordo il nome.
Does Flora still own that bird? Do you know?
Don't think so. The drawings are from a few years ago.
No.
See.
Forse dobbiamo parlare anche delle persone,
Ok,
dei profili.
sì, torna ai profili. Finché non trovo un altro sospetto, non finisco il
Allora,
video.
professor Pointer ci manca il suo sospetto.
He
Felix.
should learn to make the most of his lot in life. And he does have a lot in life.
Proprio tanto.
You're talking about money?
Among other things, but yes, he currently has agency over a small fortune. That is, if he hasn't already squandered it or lost it.
You two don't get on?
Oh no, we're the best of friends.
Con che espressione lo dice?
Hard to read, that one. but she seems to know what she's doing.
She's kind of mean.
You know, I simply assumed all detectives were sharp, rigorous, and thorough. Then, of course, I met you.
Proprio l'esatto opposto.
Nobody could deny her talent.
Quello sì.
She was remarkable, artistically gifted, but also highly intelligent.
Those two things aren't mutually exclusive, you know.
Was she ever interested in astronomy?
I don't think she was. The fault may well lie with me.
Proprio non gli ha
for failing
dimostrato
to
la
inspire
passione.
her. But I think she was captivated by more tangible things here on Earth. My daughter loved her. Fiona, too. That said, in the last year or so, more and more I begun to notice her by herself, wandering the gardens at the most peculiar hours. She must have explored every inch of the grounds 100 times over. Quite a restless spirit, I think. I'm surprised she chose to live at Tangle Tower as long as she did.
Chissà come mai.
What do you want me to say? He's the gardener.
He's a member of the family.
Yeah, but not the Pointer family.
What happened to his parents, do you know?
His father, Flint, is Felix's brother. Strange man. Don't think anybody knows what happened to him, but he certainly doesn't live here anymore.
What about his mother?
Emily? I've not met her. She never actually married into the fellow family. Her relationship with Flint was, it was short-lived.
Proprio grandi difficoltà nel tenere una relazione.
I don't especially want to talk about myself. Introspection often leads to vanity.
Wait.
Guarda un po' cosa è successo a
Why don't
Penny.
we discuss the moons of Jupiter instead?
I'm not sure if we have time. Aren't there like 10 of them?
83.
83.
Allora.
No.
Niente.
Finché non teniamo un sospetto non ci muoviamo da qua.
Siamo sicuri di aver trovato tutti gli indizi? Sì.
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 Ho cliccato dappertutto.
Io non ricordo.
Ok, parliamo un po' di lui.
You're the one currently basking in his presence.
Ecco, esatto, vanità.
Tell me.
Let's move on.
Meglio.
Yes.
Quite the character, eh?
Particolare.
A member of the Order of the Crimson.
Is that a real thing?
È vero, ha il color porco.
Esatto.
Both wear, you know, red capes of a sort.
Has she questioned you yet?
If you call that questioning, she seemed bored by everything I had to say. I heard on the grapevine. Suppose
quello che sta cercando di rubato.
Rare item, something called the golden.
Oh!
Honestly, it's probably a bunch of sensationalist rubbish.
Forse se ha un sospetto lo becchiamo.
Quite sure. There is no treasure called the golden beetle.
How do you know?
Because I would have heard.
Un esperto in tesori? O in leggende? Magari
Magari
per quello ha una piccola fortuna, perché... potrebbe essere più intelligente di quello che sembra.
Him. He's slippery. Never commits to anything. Brain like an onion.
An onion?
Did you two have an argument?
No, but my daughter doesn't like him at all. And I trust Fiona's judgment entirely. She's a very vigilant young woman.
Strano. Sono entrambi dei fellow.
Esatto.
Good old... So, what do you reckon? Is he the murderer?
Citazione.
No, maybe. We still need...
That is not information we're willing to share at this time.
I'm just saying, keep an eye on him. Holds on to a lot of bitterness, does old Pointer. Just because he's always struggled to support his family. Slightly pathetic, really.
Quando fai tanti libri ma non ci guadagni.
35 years.
Childhood friends? Rivals?
Don't know if I'd do him the honor of considering him my rival.
Cosa?
Penelope seems to have really settled into a groove. She struggled a bit when she was younger.
Addirittura. Oh cavolo.
How come?
Well, she was mostly raised by her uncle. And he really only makes time.
Ecco perché proprio ce l'ha male con Poppy.
Now, of course, she's bringing the two families together through her marriage. It's a nice gesture.
Esatto.
Heartfelt, but futile.
Ha ragione, si odiano talmente tanto i fellow e i Pointer.
Poppy's a good friend to my daughter. Always has been. I think they get on well because they're so different.
Quando si dice gli opposti combaciano.
She's quite introspective, good with feelings. Fiona, not so much. Still, Poppy always seems to be sulking about something.
The heavy, heavy price of emotional intelligence.
Cavolo. Ora vediamo un po'. Ma dai!
Abbiamo chiesto tutto a auction.
Questi saranno 2 video molto lunghi. Ok, mancavano solo 3.
A fellow bird enthusiast. She's quite the expert, truth be told. Studied them professionally at one point. I think her father taught her.
Are you friends with Flora?
Ah,
A little bit.
proprio.
Good friends.
She's one for the peace and quiet. I dare say
Non ha tutti i torti.
too loud for her.
I can see that.
I do admire her though, really. Always felt like she could have done better than settle for Felix.
Oh,
Ouch.
I
questa è
say,
dolorosa. Vediamo un po' allora cosa ne pensi di Felix.
I must say, I really don't care for the den of self-delusion that he's retreated into. People are better off when they just let themselves be themselves. Between you
Ok,
and
questo
me,
non ha tutti i torti.
secretly rather.
Questa era una frase intelligente.
She's a most unsavory little.
Ok, lei è proprio quella che gli sta peggio.
My appearance.
Which part? The giant bird arms, or...
If I were her, I'd go easy on the judgment of others. I mean, look at her. She looks like the
Ok, però non sa neanche lei quello che dice.
I just wish Uncle Pointer would tell her to behave herself.
Professor Pointer? Why him?
Oh, it was Uncle that called her in. She's his responsibility. Did you not know that?
Vediamo un po' se ora becchiamo uno sospetto. No.
Andiamo da auction. Auction.
Ah, mancava solo...
314
addirittura.
cases solved.
Altro bel tradotto. E quanto? Vabbè, non c'era nulla di utile. Vediamo un po' se lei c'ha qualcosa di utile.
Name, Flora Fellow. Age,
44.
Profession, unknown. Likes, unknown. Dislikes,
Ok,
Isn't she your mother? How do you not know anything?
esatto.
I believe other people may have discovered methods of reaching her, but I have little capacity for interpreting non-verbal communication.
And how long has Flora been non-verbal?
She's always been quiet, willing to speak when necessary, but not more.
So what happened to make her stop talking entirely?
She suffered a great loss, something she's been unable to move beyond.
Depennuto.
Felix
Depennuto.
Fellow. Age,
53.
profession, none. Likes, collecting objects of negligible monetary value and assigning them personal value. Dislikes, the inescapable realities of human existence.
Ok, sì.
Notes,
Sindrome di
Felix is
Peter
my
Pan.
father and legal guardian.
And,
Sindrome di
is he
Peter
a
Pan.
good dad?
I have no point of comparison, but
Cosa?
I would say no.
No? Why not?
You asked me a binary question.
Cosa?
Don't get upset that I provided one of the two possible answers.
What makes him a bad father, Fifi?
He has trouble expressing his emotions, and something of a willful detachment from reality.
Huh. Just like you, then.
Grimoire.
No. He is quite correct.
Piace che almeno ha dato ragione.
Name, Fiona Fellow.
Guarda,
Ok.
contenta.
19.
Esatto.
Amateur.
Dilettante però.
Likes,
Non
the
professionista.
meaningful archiving of information. Dislikes, the superfluous window dressing accompanying the majority of human
Cosa?
Notes, kindly disregard the polysyllabic form of my given forename and refer to me instead
Ok.
as Fifi.
How come you prefer Fifi?
How come you prefer Grimoire?
In che senso?
How are you related to the other fellows?
Fitz is my cousin. His father, a man named Flint, was my uncle.
Was?
I do not know if Flint is alive or not. He left Tangle Tower a long time ago.
And what about Freya? How are you related to her?
We share exactly one grandparent.
Un anno.
Name, Haksha.
Ah.
Age,
Haksha.
unknown. Profession,
Non si sa l'età.
private detective. Likes, quote, being left alone. Dislikes, quote, being constantly badgered by a weirdo nerd with clipboard.
Ma quindi quel suono di vetro rotto è lui che tipo cade e si alza. No, sembrava proprio... Pum.
Name.
Ok, sì, 19 anni.
Age 19. Profession artist. Deceased. Understand this. Most people find me difficult. They exhibit a noticeable degree of discomfort when talking to me.
Immagino.
There it
Cavolo.
is. Freya, who had a way of being an exception to any given rule, was not at all like this. She is very important, and I will not rest until I understand what has happened to her.
Did you spend a lot of time with Freya recently?
I will say this. In the past year,
Anche
Freya
lei
became
ne parla.
one, increasingly
Sì,
independent,
come
and
proprio
two,
anche lei dice questo.
increasingly isolated.
Do you know why?
I do not. If you are looking for a speculative, empathetic opinion, try asking Poppy instead.
The three of you are friends.
We are of a similar age, and all highly gifted. One scientist, one artist, and one
Senza arte e
musician.
musica.
Sounds like quite a team.
Fitz.
Name, Fitzfellow, age
24.
24. Profession,
criptobotanico.
Sì.
likes soil, dislikes electrolytes.
Hang on. Cryptobotanist? I thought he was just a gardener.
That may well be his preferred label. Mine, however, is more accurate.
Do you and Fitz not see eye to eye, Fifi?
We do not.
I wouldn't have thought so. He's
Ma come?
just barely fine.
So, what's your problem with him?
Exactly 1 week ago, I witnessed him sneaking up Pointer Tower. He was making every effort to avoid detection. He was also carrying a knife.
Ok, allora... Pure il suono. Ok, finiamo di parlare con lei.
Name, Percival Pointer. Age
57. Pensavo più giovane di Felix.
I'm pretty sure he's an astronomer.
Oh yes, of course.
Ah, per lei non è un lavoro.
Uncharacteristically forgetful.
O forse non ha mentito?
Name, Penelope Pointer. Age 27. Profession, ornithologist. Likes birds. Dislikes
questo l'abbiamo
insects.
notato.
Notes. Penelope is very beautiful.
Cosa?
I've never had very much in common
Ok.
with her.
Cos'è, un senso di inferiorità?
Sì,
Name,
probabile.
Poppy Pointer. Age 19. Profession, no. Apparently Poppy has defaced my notes. Under profession,
Allora proprio rovinato lei.
originally written pianist, but she has crossed that out and written
Cosa?
the ghost of Christmas yet.
Cosa? Ok. Miglior frase di tutta questa registrazione.
There's something about the report of Fitz going up Pointer Tower.
Yes.
Something suspicious.
Let's ask him about it.
Andiamo. Aspetta, gli mostriamo i profili. Giusto per completezza. Capisci quello che intendo?
Facciamo il sospetto e continuiamo la prossima volta. Se no diventa veramente lunghissimo.
So, Fitz, I have a report that you were seen sneaking up Pointer Tower. Holding a knife.
That's not right.
Ah.
I don't go into Pointer Tower. I don't own a knife. And I don't sneak. Was it Fifi who told you this?
How did you know that?
I guess she doesn't like me very much.
Sì, si è notato prima mentre si parlava con lei.
Maybe she wasn't wearing her eye lens thing.
What do you think, Grimoire?
Suoi occhiali.
Secondo me è la B. In realtà aveva qualcos'altro.
Let's try.
Fifi did see
E forse so cosa.
but he was holding something else.
So, if it wasn't a knife, what was it?
Sappiamo.
Paletta. E ora te. Come l'ho detto.
What about this?
Is it yours?
Tic
It was a gift. It's sentimental. I have no reason to take it up Pointer Tower. I don't use it at all.
Vediamo un po'.
Io lo so.
Vediamo un po' cosa c'è.
Dove l'abbiamo...
Ah!
Dove è andato? Nella torre dei pointer? Quindi qualcosa... Dove l'abbiamo trovato il fiore?
È nella camera di Penny.
C'eri quasi giusto. Mancava una cosa. Era giusto tranne una cosa. Quello che avevi fatto prima con il fiore dall'altra parte. La seconda cosa avevi messo?
La frutta?
No, la seconda. Il secondo segmento. Cosa avevi messo?
Cos'altro avevo usato?
Cosa avevi messo in quella lì? Avevi usato un'altra frase.
Ah.
E l'ultimo segmento? Non è corretto. Allora, i primi 3 sono giusti. No, i primi 3 sono giusti.
Intanto
non hai trovato il fiore.
Ok, intanto era pure sbagliato grammaticalmente. Viene usato per occuparsi un fiore. Quindi questo mi sta già complicando.
Per occuparsi di...
Ecco, almeno è giusto.
Perché look after si dice occuparsi.
Yes.
I've never seen it before.
We need a clue to compare to that flower.
Pure Penny ci ha detto l'esatto contrario.
Esatto. Come lo paragono?
Ha qualcosa di molto simile.
Sì, ma come glielo dimostro?
Vuol dire che devi mostrare qualcos'altro che è di Fitz.
Cos'altro c'è di Fitz?
Un altro vaso.
Dov'è l'altro? Aspetta.
Cos'hanno in comune?
Questa cosa non l'avevo mai usata. Aspetta, come si torna indietro?
Cos'hanno in comune?
Il vaso.
E anche la terra.
Giusto. Take that!
Let's take a closer look at these.
Questa?
Un giardino.
No, era la serra. È una serra, non è un giardino.
The pot and soil.
Questo era semplice.
Matches
Almeno
pot and
quello.
soil found in Fitz's greenhouse. Let me guess. Penny's flower was originally a gift from you, Fitz. There's no way it's a coincidence.
No way whatsoever.
Cosa?
The flower. It looks exactly like Penny.
Sì.
It took me a long time to breed. I wanted the colors to be exactly right.
That's some gift.
Turns out Penny
cavolo.
wasn't particularly interested in looking after plants. So I go into her room every now and again. When she's not there, water the flower, change the soil. Just trying to keep it alive.
Come la loro relazione.
Sì, cavolo. Questo
è un lungo viaggio.
Questo è stato il video più lungo della serie da registrare. Più di un'ora e 20.
Proverò a rivedere se abbiamo dimenticato qualcosa. Comunque, prima della prossima volta.
Sì, la prossima volta finiamo di mostrargli i volti e poi andiamo a cercare qualcosa.
Sì.
Spero che vi sia piaciuto il video. Qua Blu Pandora
PaniaFaust
hanno finalmente finito. Ciao.
Alla prossima.